All right, half past the top of the hour, a Fox News alert. The no-fly zone in Libya is now in place. Admiral Mike Mullen says Operation Odyssey Dawn has made, quote, significant progress in 24 hours, halting Gaddafi's forces around Benghazi.
Wow. We just learned that 3 B-2 stealth bombers that dropped 40 bombs in Libya have now returned home from where they've taken off. Caroline Shively has the details live from the Pentagon. Caroline.
Hi there, Brian. U.S. aircraft have now started those bombing runs that you mentioned, along with the British and the French aircraft. Admiral Mike Mullen, he's the chairman of the Joint Chiefs. He says that they've seen no signs of Libyan aircraft during these bombing runs. Certainly great news. He also says that the no-fly zone is effectively in place over the skies of Libya. But Libya is certainly still fighting back. There's been anti-aircraft gunfire and explosions heard in Tripoli today, followed by cries of Allah Akbar, God is great. They've been going after those U.S. runs, which include Air Force fighter jets, Marine Corps Harriers, and also B-2 stealth bombers that you mentioned. 3 stealth bombers have dropped 40 bombs on a Libyan airfield. Those runs began here in the U.S. at Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. The Navy tells us those stealth bombers have indeed returned home safely. The British also confirm they've been targeting the air defense system around Tripoli. U.S. officials tell us those systems have been severely damaged. Now, what we're seeing today is the second wave of the coalition attack. The first was when U.S. Navy ships and submarines fired 114 Tomahawk missiles. They targeted Gaddafi's SA-5s, his surface-to-air missiles, his early warning systems, and his communications. State television there has reported 48 people have been killed and 150 have been wounded, most of them civilians. But Admiral Mike Mullen says he has not confirmed, he cannot see that those airstrikes have killed any civilians. Allison, Brian, and Steve, back to you.
All right.
Caroline,
so Caroline, do you think since they haven't seen any aircraft today, Libyan aircraft in the sky today, that means they were all wiped out earlier?
I think you can surmise that. The Navy and other military officials aren't approving that, but you can certainly see we have had 24 hours of heavy hitting, starting with those Tomahawk missiles, and now you've had the stealth bombers, the bombers coming down. I believe if Gaddafi had them, he'd have them up in the air.
I think you're right. All right, Caroline, thank you live from the Pentagon.
All right.